So here I have the 105Q Crybaby bass wah. And the inspiration of this wah essentially was something completely different. It was listening to artists that actually used our old design, which was essentially kind of a revoiced vocal and tonal-wise GCB 95. The problem is that it just didn't meet the bass player's needs. One being is that the bottom end wasn't robust enough. It wasn't really retained when you turned on the effect. The kind of bass kind of went away. So a lot of bass players said the most popular version of a filter effect for bass was actually the old envelope filters of the early 70s and mid 70s. So within that feedback, I just basically started off with a blank piece of paper. Nothing to do with the Crybaby GCB 95, and sort of looked at the envelope filter topologies. So what I've done is put in circuitry that you can actually move up and down the filter with your foot, which is essentially you drive the pedal, unlike the envelope filter where it kind of takes on a life of its own depending on your playing. And also what I did was in the heel position of the wah, I mix in some of the dry, and as you get further and further toe down, I take a little of that mix or some of that mix out, so now you have more of the filter peaky response. So this has all the qualities of the sought after envelope filter, but with that new twist where I mix in some of the dry signal in with it as well, just to give it that and retain that bass response and that bass tone. So it remains thick throughout its whole sweep. Okay, so the controls on the side are very useful but very simplistic. One is the Q, and what that does is that takes the filter and actually makes it peaky and very sharp and vocal, or you can back down the Q and make it more subtle and flattened response. And what that does is it goes from a very vocal, bubbly sort of sound to a very subtle, almost like a tone control sound. Also, it has a volume. So let's say if you want to put the wah-wah on and bounce over the mix, you can boost the volume up. Or let's say you want it more even, you can set it right in the middle, or if you want it even a little lower. The other cool thing about this is the auto return. So when bass players are playing, usually they want to get in and out. So we did away with the toe switch, and we have an automatic heel switch. So when you let go of the foot, the pedal automatically turns off. And the time it turns off, you can actually adjust the timing with a little adjustment screwdriver inside. So here it is, the 105Q Crybaby bass wah.